In this week's Two Wheels Better, Jeff Stone enjoys a Honda Valkyrie and Paul Johnston tests out a Yamaha Thundercat. But first, more of the blokes, birds and bikes at the Manchester International Bike Show.
And now for something completely different. A CBX 1000. Certainly looks like a CBX 1000. It's got a big zip down the middle. That's because on this side it's a completely different colour. It's two bikes, an amazing bike. I mean, I personally prefer this colour myself, but green, cream, whatever you want to call it, it looks absolutely incredible. It's amazing. Harry Dawson, you built this thing. It looks, well, I say CBX 1000, but it's got a few bits that I don't recognise.
Yeah, it's CBX style. It started its life off as a 79 CBX style. I bought it in 91 and changed its guise. This is the third guise it's had now. Yeah. Like the engine, goes well. Didn't like the bike handling, so thought I'd make it up to date. What I've done is I've got the bike of the 70s, late 70s, early 80s Superbike of Honda, and I've now built it to the 90s Superbike of Honda, which is the Fireblade. Yeah. Married the two together and it works really well. Superb. I'm happy with it.
I mean, you've spent an awful lot of time on it. I mean, even this tank, it's not a tank that you would recognise from anything else. It's a bit of two things, this, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it's a one-off that. I made the tank. I cut the top of a Fireblade tank off and the bottom of the CBX and welded them together. Well, I had it done professionally, TIG-like, and then just panel beat it in, and it's all steel. It's not filled up or anything.
But it's got everything on it. It's got loads of chrome and it's got nitrous on the back. It must have cost you an absolute fortune. Have you any idea what it's cost you?
I don't know. I found it's probably got about 8 grand in it, something like that, you know. But I'd hate to think if I totted up all the bills, I'd probably shock myself and slit my throat.
So, I mean, but somebody would say, all right, CBX style engine, good engine in its day, you know. But why not just spend a little bit more and you can have a new Fireblade?
Yeah, well, they haven't got proper engines, have they, Fireblades? You know, they're 2 cylinders short.
Oh, right, yeah.
You know, and everybody's got one.
Well, I suppose, yeah.
So
this, I mean, does it handle well? I mean, because it's a bit of an oddity, isn't it? The swinging arm's different as well.
Yeah, it's 2.5 inch shorter. It's a Fireblade swinging arm with 2.5 inch cut out of it to bring the wheelbase down on the bike, and it handles absolutely superb. Like, it's as good as any modern bike.
Yeah. And what are you going to do with it now? Now it's finished, are you going to sell it?
I'm not thinking of at the moment, no, unless somebody comes up with a very good offer. But I'm not thinking of, no, I'm just going to show it round and get some enjoyment this summer out of it, ride it.
Excellent, well, I'd love to have a go on this. It's a cracking looking bike.
Yeah, you'll have to one day then.
Yeah, you heard that.
Now, you've heard of Gold Wings, but have you heard of the Honda Valkyrie? Known in the UK as the F6C. Everything is big. Big forks, big fat tyres, a massive Starship Enterprise tank, and this humongous 6-cylinder engine lifted from the Gold Wing and given 6 carburetors. With hotter cams and free-flowing exhaust, this is a wing with attitude. At over 3 foot across the bars, 8 foot long and weighing over 1/4 of a tonne, this is more than a custom cruiser, it's a heavyweight battleship. And just like a battleship, it can be intimidating to the new recruit. But fire up that beautiful 1520cc flat 6 and it purrs away like a big pussycat. Let out the clutch and the weight disappears as if by magic. The engine is the soul of any bike, and this has bags of it. Sure, it's built for flexibility, like pulling away from 900 revs in 5th gear at only 24 miles an hour, but change down a gear or two, roll open that big fat throttle and it squats on its rear suspension and, sounding like a 2-wheel Porsche, howls off towards the horizon. Luckily, being a Honda, it does have decent brakes and actually corners surprisingly well. Sure, it's a bit ponderous, but you don't do silly pick-scraping antics on a bike like this, except by accident, of course. But it sticks to its line and soaks up the bumps, so what more do you want? Top speed is also a bit academic, of course. You'd need to be built like Arnie Schwarzenegger to hang on to bars like this at anything over 100 miles an hour. But if you still wear, it would reach about 120. But why bother? This bike wasn't built for speed, it's built to impress, and that it excels at.
I've been to loads of bike shows with Two Wheels Better, and every time I go to one, this fella Raj here happens to be there with some new bikes. When we were at the Dirt Bike show at Donington, he was there with the new KTMs. When we were at the NEC, he had some new KTMs. And we're here now at the Manchester 9X Arena and lo and behold, he's got a new KTM, which I'll show you about in a minute, my size of bike, and some new Beta mopeds. These things are absolutely out of this world. I love them because I've got a thing about mopeds, in and out of the traffic in the city centre. I love it when I go to the butty shop from the shop, or when I go to the tax office or whatever. So then, Raj, tell us about these new machines. I mean, I gather this is the flagship in the range at the moment.
Yes, it is. We're introducing 3 models. This is the flagship. This comes with a front and rear disc brake, water-cooled engine, and all the facilities that a modern-day commuter wants to have on a machine.
I've noticed, because I've been doing my homework only a little bit, that it's got discs front and rear. Now that's a bit of a rarity in the moped scene.
It is actually, and we try to think that this is the best available in the market now in that segment.
Are you aiming at a particular... I know that the market for mopeds is big because obviously the city centres are getting congested, people want to get out on a moped, it's quick, it's easy and it's relatively cheap. But are you aiming with these to the young lad or to the lady shopper? What are you going for?
Generally there is an increase in the moped market. It has gone up 50% over the last year. Few county councils have opened up their bus lanes. There is a deputation going from the motorcycle industry to various other county councils. So we see there is going to be an increase in the moped segment all over the place. It could be youngsters, it could be the lady shopper. We are aiming at everyone.
Well, everyone should have one. I mean, I know there's some big stars nowadays who they're in the city there in London. They might be radio DJs or whatever, and they use mopeds for getting around and about because it's the quickest and easiest way. It's also a fairly trendy thing, isn't it? And it's style. It's got something about it. That's why I have one, you know, because it's the only style I've got. Told you there's one my size. This is the KTM Kiddies motocross machine. You can use it as a fun bike, you can use it as a competitive machine for the young uns. It's a 50cc, fully automatic, my size. Carry my weight, my 9 and a bit stone. I lie, just a little. £1,000. Good value for money. Save up, kids, get one for Christmas next year.
Well, not only do we have motorcycling celebrities and race celebrities, we have famous people here as well. And I've got Glenda Jackson with me, who is the Labour Party's transport spokesman on motorcycle, well, not just motorcycling matters, transport in general. Glenda, welcome to the show. I know you've just arrived, but you're impressed by this, aren't you, so far?
Absolutely astounded. It's not as though I haven't been to Manchester many times in my life, but I've never actually been inside the arena. And I'm amazed at this amount of space herein and the quite fantastic turnout there clearly has been, not only from the motorcycle industry and all its allied industries, but of motorcycle enthusiasts. I mean, just look at the floor of that hall. It's jammed with people. It's wonderful.
Yeah, well, it's good to hear you saying such a thing, and it's good to hear, if you don't mind me saying so, to have someone like yourself along here at a motorcycle event. Motorcycling sort of often suffered through not being in the sort of the public eye as far as the government goes. But have you got a personal interest in motorcycling?
No, I haven't got a personal interest, but it is part of my remit in Labour's shadow transport team. And one of the recurring messages that I've been hearing from really all sides of the industry and riders is the point that you've just made, that there seems to have been no consideration, certainly over the past 18 years, from Conservative governments about motorbikes and motorbikers, certainly on things that I think are very important and are very closely linked to road safety. For instance, the actual materials that are used on road surfaces, which when there's a change of weather can impact very strongly against motorbikers. The issue of the kind of traffic calming measures that are introduced, and again the issue of materials there. And I think what is important, and what we certainly in the Labour Party want to promote, is that everybody, when it comes to planning, to consideration, be it central government, local government, that we must all realise that there are motorbikes and motorbikers out there, and there has been, I understand, a very strong resurgence, not only in the industry but in people actually buying vehicles. And there is another point, if I could just briefly make, of course dispatch riders and the associated industries, that is of itself growing and burgeoning and clearly will in the future.
And through there?
No, it's the on.
We're only joking, you know, really. We're not actually doing this. No, we're having a bit of a joke here because this is this back chat stuff. These are these pipe things where you speak into, and Paul should in theory hear me, but actually he won't because it's not the real thing. This is a demo through the speaker thing here, but it works. I've been selling them for ages, and you just stick tubing into your mouth, and as you speak down it, through there. I'll actually simulate my voice. Now watch it. And there we go, it comes out the other side.
That's very good,
Oh, sorry,
very
mate,
good. Smashing, yeah. There must be a switch to switch them off though for when you get your wife on the back.
You wish. Well, you just pull the tube, don't you, so you can't hear them.
Right.
Yeah. Well, it beats getting a dig in the kidneys.
Pardon?
You know, don't make life difficult for me, it's bad enough as it is.
I know, yeah.
Actually, later on in the programme, maybe a little bit before summer, when everybody decides to get their wife on the back of their bikes and go for a ride, we'll do a feature on intercoms and things like that. Maybe you might just take me for a ride.
I'll do that way.
And I can talk to you on the back of a bike.
I'll do with that.
Because I know how much you like to hear my dulcet
As long as
tone.
there's an off switch.
Yes, thank you very much.
Problem.
Yeah.
Well, we're in Manchester, so it seems an obvious place to pick up a magazine called Northern Biker. But there's something important about Northern Biker. A lot of you might not have seen this one, but I've got some news for you. I've got here with me Alastair Walker, who's editor of Northern Biker. Alastair, what's happening?
What's happening is we're going national with it, Jeff. So people in the south will be able to get regional news, rallies, show runs, club news, stuff like that in the south as well.
Tell me, I mean, there's loads of motorcycle magazines about it, as you know and I know, but Northern Biker's been running, what now, 2-3 years?
2 years, yeah, that's right.
So you've obviously detected a terrific sort of boom in your circulation, which is why you're going national. What do you think's happened here? Is it the general upsurge then in motorcycling?
I think there is an upsurge of interest, certainly, and I think a lot of people are coming back into bikes that have given it a break for 10 years or maybe longer. And what we're doing in the north is reflecting the grassroots of biking, and we're trying to give something for everyone in the magazine. And we're going to be doing that in the south of England as well.
Yeah, because you found that a very popular format, haven't you? You've been running sort of local bike runs and all this sort of thing, and it's the same sort of thing you're going to spread out nationally now.
We are, that's right. We'll take a few cow heel pies down to London when we're at the arena show.
We don't want to start a sort of north-south war here, do we? And you can't possibly call Northern Biker when it's down in London. So how are you going to differentiate? What are you going to call it?
Well, we're going to call it Southern Biker.
Yeah.
It's going to be a national magazine, but it'll have things for people living in the south. So you'll be able to find out what your local bike clubs are up to. You'll be able to find out where the best places to go on your bike, the best hangouts, Chelsea Bridge, whatever. Whatever's going on in the south is going to be in the magazine.
I think we've got enough freebies this week,
This is a good do, isn't it, Ed? The things they'll give us for now, mate.
They give you anything.
Put that down with you, I'm absolutely not.
Just to get the stuff, I'll tell it.
Listen,
They give you loads of stuff.
I'm just a bit warm.
I know, I mean, you get key rings, hats.
Hey, video.
Oh, is it one of them videos?
Yeah.
That's shirts.
Hang on, I've got some key rings here
Loads
as
of
well.
shirts.
I've got some more stuff here. Hang on. Oh, God, it's warm, isn't it, under the spotlight. So, the thing is, you've got to get paid for doing what we do. Somehow, haven't you, mate? Oh, no, I'm not going to show me Max and Spencer's one.
Some more key rings.
Oh, hey, good. Hey, what do you want now? How about a coffee?
Should we have a brew?
Dunk, I don't suppose there's a chance of a coffee.
There you go.
I will have the bucket then, Paul. Come on, let's be off.
Paul here. This week we're looking at one of the most competitive brackets in the motorcycle world, the 600cc sports bike market. And this is Yamaha's weapon, the 600cc Thundercat. Well, I'm joined again this week at Colin Appleyard's Motorcycles by Stuart Feeney. Now this week's bike, Stuart, this reminds me very much of something I rode not very many weeks ago here.
Yes, that's correct, Paul. This is the smaller brother of the Thunderace that you tested, as you said, a short time ago. This machine is aimed at the slightly younger end of the market, shall we say, the more 30-year-old sports bike enthusiast. Again, replacing a similar model to the X-Up. It was replacing the FZR 600R, which had been, again, very, very popular during the late 80s, early 90s, and a super machine, as you can see.
Right, yeah, this is almost a couple of £1,000s cheaper than the big one.
That's correct, yes.
So how much less do you get for your money?
I don't think you get anything less, really, to be quite honest with you. It's obviously a smaller CC, but the actual machine can give you just as much fun. The performance is slightly less, the power output is slightly less, but as we said earlier, the accent is all about fun.
Yeah, I suppose the smaller CC makes it more attractive to a younger rider from an insurance point of view.
Yes, it does, yeah. They do attract extremely good insurance rates, being only a 600cc.
Right.
Still quite a performer, about 135 miles an hour and about 100 brake horsepower.
Smashing. Right, well let's just have a look around the bike and see what gives it its 130 miles per hour performance. Well, as we say, it is the little brother to the Thunderace, but there are quite a few differences physically when you first look at the bike. The first thing I noticed is these grab handles, which makes it a lot easier for a pillion passenger to stay on the back. That makes me think it's perhaps a lot easier to sit on this for a longer time. The riding position on this is slightly more upright than the Thunderace. Also, the fairing is a totally different shape altogether, completely different. And at the front end, it does look rather sort of spaceshipy and extremely unique and different. And it'd be easy to tell which bike was behind you when you looked in your rear view mirror. Below this lovely headlamp is what they call a forced air intake, which actually forces air down into the top of the engine, into the airbox, and that can increase the power by 3 brake horsepower. The engine is not unlike its big brother in that it's a conventional inline 4-cylinder liquid-cooled double overhead cam with 16 valves. The gearbox again is a conventional Yamaha 5-speed and is a conventional chain drive. The brakes are identical to its big brother, with twin discs on the front with 4-pot calipers and a single disc to the rear. But the main thing is, how does this perform? Is it as much fun as its big brother? I bet it's just as exciting. Let's go and find out. This is the Thundercat on the road, and it really is quite a performer. It's got a lovely riding position, a large padded seat, and it's, well, a fairly upright, semi-sports kind of position. Although if you do feel the urge to tuck in behind the fairing, then the Thundercat won't disappoint. It's amazingly nimble through the twisty lanes, and it's one of the easiest bikes to drive fast, or it's equally at home just plodding down the road. Well, having ridden both Yamahas, I'm really impressed with this Thundercat. It's a real gem, and at just over £2,000 less than its big brother, it doesn't perform any less really. It's an extremely capable machine, and I think I'll stick with this and I'll put £2 in my pocket.
Well, look who I've got with me here, Neil Hodgson, Ducati Works rider for this year. Neil, how's it going? What's new in the land of Ducati?
Well, at the moment, I'm just getting ready to start testing. I test on the 4th, 5th and 6th of February in Phillip Island, Australia. So at the moment, I'm just trying to work on my fitness. I had a wrist injury at the end of last year. I had a pin put in it during the winter, and I'm just trying to get that sort of strong and get all my strength back in my wrist. So at the moment, it's pretty relaxed, just a little bit of light training, and I'm sort of excited to get out to Australia and do some miles, really.
Yeah, because your oppo Carl, he's already been out and done some testing, hasn't he?
Yeah, I missed that because of my wrist. I wasn't fit enough to even ride a bike. So Carl's done the first test on the bike, the new bike, and he says it's really good. So I've got itchy feet to get on this new bike. I believe it's a lot faster, so that's what we need, a bit more speed.
Is it itchy feet or is it itchy hands?
It's itchy everything. It's just I'm excited, you know. During winter, it seems during the season you get a little bit down by it sometimes. You know, if you crash or if you have some bad results. So winter's important to relax, but winter's always too long. I'm addicted to riding motorcycles, and I can't get on one quick enough, so the sooner the better for me, really.
Well, I know you're a bit keen on the motocrosser as well, but you've had to give that a rest then while your wrist has been mending up, yeah?
Yeah, I think that's what's made it worse. Normally during winter I'm on bikes all the time doing motocross trials, anything with 2 wheels, and this year I've not been allowed to ride anything, so...
So do you think you've got some catching up to do? I mean, have you got to do more testing now, you know, to keep up with, when I say keep up with Carl, figuratively in the training programme and the testing programme, or are you just going to have to cram it all in?
I don't think I'll need any more testing. I rode the bike all last year and Carl didn't, so in a way I think he'll have a little bit of catching up, you know, to sort of catch me up, really. I think he'll have to do a few more miles.
Did you hear that, Carl? Carl, welcome to the show. And you're looking pretty smart with this beard on. What's all that about? Max Biaggia?
No, I don't think so. I just, you know, it's like when you get a little bit older, you start doing these silly things and changing things, so he might be gone tomorrow.
Well, on the holiday break was this? Because you just come back from holiday, haven't you?
Yeah, I got back yesterday. I had a really nice 2 weeks in Mauritius, you know. Weather's a little bit different than what we got here, so I enjoyed it. It's just nice to get away and relax with the family, you know, the first time since the season finished, you know.
Well, you're certainly looking relaxed. Tell me a little about the testing. You've done a bit of testing for Ducati, haven't you?
Yeah, I did a little bit, just more of a get together again, really, after obviously 2 years away from Ducati. Well, sorry, a full year away from Ducati. Went to Misano, just got familiarised with the team again, and just did about a day and a half with the bike in really freezing cold conditions, and it's just nice to get back on the bike again and just get into it, but not really a serious test. That starts in sort of 2 weeks' time.
So early impressions, I mean, I bet it was nice to get, you felt back at home. It's like returning home, is it?
It felt strange. It felt being at home with the team and being in Italy and that, but the bike felt strange. I rode the bike that Kaczynski had used this year in the championship, and the way he had the bike set up was just not the way I like a bike at all. So we know what to change and get it out, how to get it, you know, for the next time I ride it in Indonesia and the Phillip Island. We just got all the settings that I had in '95, so we should be all right.
Well, I think everyone's looking for great things this year, and especially you're alongside Neil Hodgson. That's going to be good, isn't it? Because you're both good friends.
Yeah, we get on all right. There's no problems there. Yeah, I'm just out there to try and win a world championship, just like you know, the other 5 or 6 riders who are thinking the same thing, and hopefully at the end of the year it'll be me again.
And what about this other friend of yours, Jamie Whittam? I mean, it's going to be pal scrapping, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's no. I mean, we've done that a few times before over the years. Yeah, it's going to be. I think it's going to be difficult for him. He's been in Britain for 2 years, and the level of Superbike's definitely obviously a lot higher. And but I think he'll be running the top 6. But I don't expect him really to obviously win the championship or anything like that.
Biker babe alert, and yes, it's not me. Okay, fine, leave it. Here she is. I'm just being really rude, walking up to saying, what's your name?
Collette.
Collette. Yes. Biker babe, where are you from, Collette?
From around here, actually. Yeah, Hook, just over the road.
So your Wednesday nights are pretty much taken up either at the station cafe or here at Odeum?
Yeah, basically here most of the time, yeah.
How long have you been biking, and what bike you got?
Well, I'm here with my husband tonight, but I ride as well. But we have the Triumph Trophy, which I wanted to ask is Sean, isn't it?
Yeah.
I was going to ask how he likes that one, because we thought about buying that one, but...
That's because Sean has the Triumph, it's a speed triple, it's a Daytona.
Yeah, so we haven't had ours for long, we've had ours since Easter, but it's great fun. No, it's brilliant.
And you like the bike, what is it like you like about bikers and bikers life? Is it just the camaraderie and the fun?
I like being on the back of the bike, and even riding a bike, it's a lot of freedom and that, and it's just wearing the levers as well has a lot to do with it. I love wearing levers.
You're a real femme biker baby.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's just so different being on a bike than in a car, really.
It's the freedom.
There's a lot more going on with bikes. It's a lot more fun, I think.
Well, that's all from Two Wheels Better this week. I'm on the Kriya. Perhaps you don't need reminding of that. It's a pretty unique bike. I won't be taking it out, but I will be with you next week.